Are you tired of your mixes sounding like... Well, today, we're gonna take a record that sounded like this.
Baggy, baggy, baggy. I ain't need that, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese.
And make it sound like this.
Baggy, I ain't need that, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s.
And we're gonna do all this together. If we haven't met, I'm Jordan with MyAudioAcademy, and tip and trick videos on the come up for me. They were cool, but where I learned the most was actually watching the entire mixing process. More than all the what and all the technical things about mixing, I really wanted to learn how my favorite mix engineers made their decisions while mixing. So instead of another tip and trick video that we do upload here on the channel, today we're gonna mix a song live on the spot. So let's go ahead and dive into Pro Tools. So now that we're in Pro Tools, we're gonna be breaking down a track by my guy Zabo. The track is titled Backend. It is not released because we're actually mixing it on the spot. One of the cool things about this record, I was able to record it, so I kind of understand what's going on here. So let's kind of go over a basic overview of the template. Well, let's play it first.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I ain't need that baggy, 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 baggy. I ain't need that baggy.
So it's already sounding pretty solid. One, because we use the only recording template that you ever need. That video should be popping up right now. Check it out after this video. It's a template that I use for all of my recording sessions. Super, super simple session. We got a 2-track beat, got the hook vocals, the hook ad-libs, verse vocals, verse ad-libs, and it's one verse. In a session like this, it's already sounding good. I know Zabo's probably had the track for a couple weeks now, so he's probably got used to this sound, so I'm not gonna go in here and adjust every single little thing. We're really just gonna go in and enhance what he's already hearing and kind of pick up where we left off in the recording session and make it ready to release to the public. What I do have is I do have some of my favorite plugins that I'm already gonna be utilizing on my mix bus. They are bypassed. My all vocal bus, they are bypassed. Whenever I open it, it was just kind of this, the template here, some reverbs. So kind of work our way down through the session. So the first thing that we have here is going to be the beat. I personally didn't think that the beat sounded too bad for it to be a 2-track. Let me put the headphones on. I'm a headphone mixer, so. I felt like the guitar was getting in the way of the vocals a little bit, so I put up a mid-side EQ and just ducked it down where the guitar was kind of clashing with the vocals. That's really all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rely on my mix bus to make sure that that low end's tamed, everything's kind of sitting right. We also have another video for that as well. It's something to do about a 2-track. I forgot the title of it, but we'll make it pop up right here. And just put these to the side, come back to them after the video, and we'll link it down in the description too. Not too much happening with the beat here. We may come back to it, we may not, but we just kind of work our way down here to the vocal bus. Before we get into the vocal bus, let's actually see what's happening on the actual audio tracks themselves for the vocals.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I ain't need it.
So just a little bit of lo-fi, pulled the sample size down. Shout out to Jason Joshua, where I learned this trick from. It kind of helps that vocal sit inside of the beat instead of it sounding like super clean. So we pulled that down to help make it kind of feel a part of the beat. And I actually added a little bit of distortion here to kind of help it cut through. I felt like it kind of fit the record whenever we were recording it. Here's the auto-tune settings. So pretty heavy auto-tune, a little bit of humanized to make sure that, you know, the auto-tune is not doing anything too crazy. And then we've got the Waves RVox. No compression. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll pull this up on my audio tracks and throw the gate on there. That way, whenever I export the rough mix in our recording session, there's not much room tone happening. It's just kind of easy cleanup plug in there. Exact same settings for the ad-libs. The only thing that is different is there is a little bit of flange on the ad-libs. And down here, these are the exact same settings. I just like to separate the hook and the verse toward the end. Whenever we actually start to sauce it up, we can quickly do that. And then we got a meta flanger, kind of spreading out these ad-libs a little bit to make space for the vocals. That way it's not clashing with the lead vocal. Here we got the stereo turned up. And we got the mix turned up a little bit to add a little bit of flange. Most of the flange is actually coming from the air flange here. Not too much.
But a little touch, not much.
That's kind of what's happening on the audio tracks. Vocal bus. Let's kind of pull up what we have going on here. Some basic EQ, some de-essing, the CLA 2A for another compressor, C4 for a multi-band compressor, just kind of dialing things in there. Another compressor here with the R comp, a little bit of high-end boost. And the delay, literally all these settings are the exact same settings that's in the last recording template that you ever need. We link that down in the description. Reverb, bam. That's our plate reverb that we're going to be using. That is the chamber reverb that we were using. And then this is the hall reverb that we were using. It's a good, solid sounding rough where we've got it, but let's kind of see what we can do to enhance it here. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and engage my mix bus. And this is something that I picked up from Maddmix. The cool thing about being partnered with Maddmix here on MyAudioAcademy is I'm a student. And I mean, he's got the Grammy Awards to prove, you know, he knows what he's doing. So I'm just gonna kind of mimic what he's doing here. I think we've got these settings dialed in.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy.
We'll add the aux for limiter a little bit later. All the settings in there, Maddmix actually breaks it down in a video that we got. We're gonna link all these videos, I promise, down in the description. You can come back to it. So really, the reason why I like to do that is because whenever I'm working with a 2-track, I don't wanna sit here and like go crazy on adding these, you know, different plugins, trying to tame the beat. This mix bus chain that we've got, it works 99% of the time. So it kind of tames the beat and helps the vocals kind of sit inside of the beat rather than on top or below the beat. And from there, let's go ahead and start kind of tweaking the vocal bus.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that.
I may want this vocal to be a little bit thicker.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, baggy.
And in this phase, what we're gonna do is we're just really gonna be cleaning things up. I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna kind of walk through this mix, follow along, and you'll kind of see the thought process. We'll bounce back and forth between me actually mixing it, and then we'll kind of talk through it as well.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. Bread, give my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet
Let's play this part.
money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Money, get my bread. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm selling anything, because this is actually a free template, but it sounded pretty darn solid. The rough mix did. So I'm gonna try my best not to get in the way, and you know, we can see what we can add to it.
Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah.
I think what I'm hearing too is like, it's just the power of a good recording. If you have any control over the recording process, I know not all the time, you know, we do, but if you can get a solid vocal recording, it's gonna make your job as a mix engineer so much easier. Zabo's an extremely talented artist as well. So what I'm gonna move on to up here is, this is kind of my enhancement stage. And what I have is some Waves analog emulators on the all vocals and the all music, just to kind of like beef in the sound up and kind of make it sound like it's, you know, out of the box whenever you're mixing in the box. But then these are some of the common settings, you know, that I'm typically pulling up to enhance that low end to kind of make the vocal feel a little bit more full, a little bit more rich.
Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but Gotti ain't keeping quiet, yeah. Get my money, get my bread. Bagging, 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 bagging. I ain't need that bagging, 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 bagging,
Nothing too crazy, just kind of small enhancements. Here, you know, just added a little bit. Here, just kind of taming some of those frequencies that were popping out. With the air ensemble, it just kind of gives the vocal a little bit of movement that I like, kind of spreads the vocal out a little bit. One of the things that I feel like we could adjust here is sometimes the C4. I really, really like it, especially for recording sessions because it gets you that sound really fast. But sometimes I feel like the C4 can kind of take away from the body of the vocal. So I'm going to see if we can maybe use a different plugin here. But let's see what we can do whenever we take the C4 off.
Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but yeah.
To me, there's just like some body that I feel like that C4 is taking away. Let's see if there's something else that we can use. We're gonna go to our guy here. And I know I'm going to be taking away some of the volume because we're going to be compressing it here. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the output. Probably going to dial in. If you don't know about the MC404, it's a multi-band compressor.
Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Don't do baby. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Don't.
Yeah. You know, it sounded very similar to how he had it in the beginning. But it's definitely enhanced. Vocals are definitely, I feel like they're, you know, a little bit more full, a little bit more rich, sitting inside of the beat rather than on top or below the beat. The next thing that I'm probably going to be doing here. Oh, don't need to be deleting the beat.
Bagging. I ain't need that bagging.
I do keep hearing on this vocal here, there is a super piercing frequency.
Bagging.
On the I need that. You probably hear it too if you got headphones on.
Bagging. I ain't need that
Here we are. Here is that frequency.
bagging. I ain't need that bagging. I ain't need that bagging.
Oh, it's not grabbing it. But what we're going to do is, you know, that's our problem frequency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this dynamic on the Pro Q3, and I'm going to bring it down. A dynamic EQ, what it's going to do is instead of just ducking it and, you know, there's no way that frequency is going to be able to come back in. Basically what happens is the EQ only responds very similar to a compressor. The dynamic EQ is only working when we tell it to work, compared to, you know, if we just did a typical EQ, whenever you EQ it out, it's all the way gone. Sometimes you want these frequencies in, so that's why I've got a dynamic EQ here.
Baggy, I ain't need that baggy. 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 baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show, bet you want me to bring that vibe, bet you want me to keep it low now.
Then we're gonna go, let's go ahead and jump to our Vox. So what we're gonna do is kind of bring the vocal up front a little bit more with this R Vox.
Baggy, I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy.
Man, that frequency is still bothering me.
Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, baggy. I need that baggy, baggy, baggy. I need that baggy, baggy. I need that baggy, baggy. I need that baggy, baggy, baggy. I need that baggy, baggy. I need that baggy.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep this thing simple. We're gonna pull up the boy. If you don't have all these plugins, do not go out here and stress. Just kind of apply the same techniques to the plugins that you've got. So this is a preset from Jason Joshua. Just kind of soothe this bad boy out.
Baggy, I need that baggy, 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 baggy.
All right, I'm gonna expose myself here. I like using presets, man. There's a few of these presets that are pretty crazy.
Baggy, I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, baggy. I need that baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 baggy. I need that, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show, bet you want me.
Cool. Let's go ahead and see what we got happening with the ad-libs.
Baggy, 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 yeah, yeah. Baggy, 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 baggy.
Let's make an ad-lib bus. So I'm just gonna make a duplicate of the vocal bus here, and then what happens if you have the ad-libs routed to the same bus as the vocal bus, it's hard for those ad-libs to pop out. So I typically like to make a different bus for my ad-libs and background vocals.
Baggy, 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 baggy.
Let's get these things rerouted.
Baggy, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Baggy, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Baggy, 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 baggy. I need that baggy, 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 yeah. Baggy, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Baggy, 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 yeah. Baggy, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Baggy,
really quick, a lot of these concepts that we're breaking down today is stuff that I learned from my personal mentor and partner of MyAudioAcademy, Maddmix Chim. The cool thing about Maddmix is he has the credentials to back it up. He's a 3-time Grammy Award-winning mix engineer, and after we partnered, he started piecing together some courses, some actual full-length courses to where you can learn his exact process. And honestly, you're going to be a lot less impressed with my mixing after you watch this course if you get access to the course. Because really, I've just applied everything that I've been able to learn from him and from his trainings. If you want to learn more about the Maddmix mixing course, be sure to hit that link down in the description. It's a full-length course, about 60 minutes of Maddmix actually breaking down his exact mixing process from top to bottom, from drums to music to vocals, all of that stuff, his exact processes on how he mixes Grammy Award-winning mixes. But let's go ahead and dive back into Pro Tools and finish up this back-end record with Zabo. What we've done so far was kind of clean up the vocals, enhanced them a little bit. We've got a lot of the technical stuff knocked out now, so this is kind of the phase where I start adding the juice, the flavor, the memorable parts, the moments. Stuff.
Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, bread. Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want bread. Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, bread. Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, and 100s. Bread. Give my cheese, bread. Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, bread. Give my cheese, 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God, he ain't keeping quiet. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Don't you do it. Do bapping. Don't do bapping. Yeah. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Yeah. Cause I gotta feed my family. Yeah. I don't believe they understanding me. Cause I put too much work in. Not to get my back in. I ain't need that back in.
That man Gotti is a bad man. I think as you continue to get better and better as an audio engineer, you start to learn what not to touch, what to leave alone, and what to just add a little bit to. And that's really all we're doing with this record, because it sounds pretty solid already. Let's look at these other ad-libs though.
Bread, give my cheese, 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to long now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Been long now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Don't do bad. Long now, but God ain't keeping quiet.
Maybe just do the doubler. Let's do it like this. Maybe bring this down to about -12. So it's kind of in its own spot.
Long now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Long now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Long now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Don't do bread, give my cheese, 20s, 50s, and 100s. I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Don't you do it. Do bapping. Don't do bapping. Yeah. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Yeah. Cause I gotta feed my family. Yeah. I don't believe they understanding me. Cause I put too much work in. Not to get my back in. I ain't need that baggy, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Baggy, baggy.
Man, I like that verse. I don't want to do too much to it. We can do this. We're gonna do this for the YouTube family. A little flavor for the fam. Let's do it like this. Yep. A throw. Clients typically like this. Basically, it's nothing too crazy. Just the 15. We got that on there. On the lo-fi. Auto-tune, just copy and paste the auto-tune. We're compressing it pretty heavy here. We got the threshold pulled down pretty heavy. So all this is going to be doing is it's going to be an echo of whatever we set it to. So I committed the track, so it's got all the effects on there already that this has. And then we just kind of add a delay on here, all the way wet, add a little bit of reverb, add a little bit of flange, spread it out so it kind of has its own space. And let's just see what it sounds like as is.
Do baby, yeah, cause I gotta feed my family. Do baby, yeah, family.
Yeah, that's that JE preset.
Do baby, don't do baby, yeah, gotta feed. Do baby, don't do baby, yeah, cause I do baby. Don't do baby, yeah, cause I gotta do baby. Don't do baby, yeah, cause I gotta do baby. Don't do baby, yeah, cause I gotta do baby. Don't do baby, yeah, cause I gotta feed my do baby. Don't do baby, yeah, cause I gotta feed my family. Do baby, don't do baby. Cause I gotta feed my family, yeah.
That's why you work with good people. They make your job easy. I think that verse is good. I like it. Things are sitting where it needs to sit. Hopefully you think the same. My eyes feel like they are getting very watery right now. We'll go back to these harmonies. We'll just kind of keep it moving for the sake of the video. But what he did, I know down here, he added some crazy melodies. It's pretty hot. So let's play him real quick. Give this man a follow right now. My goodness, I forgot about that part.
I need a baggy, 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 baggy. I need a baggy, 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 baggy. I need a baggy, 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 baggy. I need a baggy, 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 baggy. I need that. It's got it. Hey, they're right.
Making my job too easy. I like it. I like it. Let's see what was happening up here.
Yeah, it's got it. Yeah.
Alright, just some melodies. I think this is a harmony.
Baggy, I need that. Yeah. Baggy, I need that. Yeah. Baggy, I need that. Baggy, I need that. Yeah. Get my money, get my baggy, baggy. I need that. Yeah. Get my money.
So what I just did right there, I really like the meta flanger to kind of spread out my vocals. I know it's a flanger, but like this stereo thing, this stereo option is something that I really didn't know that was a thing until a few years back. It's really cool. Kind of makes the vocals kind of sit in its own space whenever you need to use it. Put it in its own, you know, stereo field. And that's really what I did here. So
I need that, yeah.
So it really complements the lead vocal rather than competes with it. I'm not thinking of anything. I mean, I feel like it's sitting where it needs to sit. The last thing that I would probably do is I need to dial in some adjustments here with a limiter.
Baggy, I need that baggy.
Yeah, I like to hit about 2 dB gain reduction here with this limiter, and then I top it off with this Oxford limiter. If you don't have these, like I've said before, use what you got. But I just personally like to use a couple limiters so that one limiter isn't having to do too much work. So I like to, you know, this is a good complement to the L2, I believe.
Baggy, I need that baggy. I need that baggy. I need that baggy.
Let's play some of this hook and then play into the verse, and let's see what we got.
Baggy. I need that, yeah. Get my money, get my bread, get my cheese. 20s, 50s, and 100s, I don't care, just keep it neat. Bet you want me to rock that show. Bet you want me to bring that vibe. Bet you want me to keep it low now, but God ain't keeping quiet. Don't do bapping. 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 Yeah. Don't do bapping. Don't do bapping. Yeah. Cause I gotta feed my family. Yeah. I don't believe they understanding me. Cause I put too much work in. Not to get my back in. I need that baggy.
I think that's going to complete mix version 1. If Gotti has to send some revisions, you will hear that whenever it's released. But I think this is what we're going to send them, is mix version 1. Hopefully this hasn't been too complicated, but kind of help you simplify things to really just don't overthink it. Whenever you work with a solid artist, it was properly recorded, apply basic principles, and you can get a really solid result. Mixing does not have to be complicated. Hey, and if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're gonna continue to bring the heat, all of the stuff to help propel your career forward as an audio engineer. And if you missed it a little bit earlier, be sure to check out my mentor and my partner here at MyAudioAcademy, the Maddmix mixing course. Down in the description, you're going to be a lot less impressed with my mixing skills, because really it's just been me being a student of Maddmix's work over the years. And you can also now learn from a 3-time Grammy Award winning mix engineer from the comfort of your house without going in 5 to 6 figures in debt in the traditional education. That wraps up the video. We'll catch you guys soon. I'm checking out.